Y'all like, damn, G quiet in this video.
Get that.
We know where his mind is at.
You think you bad on the women?
Soon as Shay be like, what do you feel about it? I feel okay about it. Just keep on.
I'm just here to listen and learn.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right.
Right. All right, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to another episode of the FMF podcast.
Yeah.
We back to y'all live and direct once again. We gotta bring back the infamous Keith Stupid. Y'all make sure y'all follow on Instagram and everything. But we're gonna dive right into it. What we want to talk about is bad habits. So we're gonna touch on bad financial habits, bad fitness habits, bad mental habits, all of those things. And with me being a financial person, one of the bad financial habits that I see a lot of people do, and actually I have been as well, pay your bills on time. Right? Pay your bills on time. A lot of people don't understand the ramifications of paying late and the effect that has on your credit. Because you got your 30, 60, and your 90-day reports that go out to the credit bureaus. And the longer you wait, once you get in that 60, 90 days, the bigger effect it has on your credit score, and your ability to be able to get loans and everything in the future. So, man, make sure y'all pay y'all stuff on time. I know it's a lot of, we in tough times right now and things like that, man. If you are running, kind of getting on that 30-day period, you kind of getting close to that, call your lenders. If it's a credit card, see if they can try to work something out with you, that they can extend that period, that they don't report it on your credit, so that way it doesn't have a negative effect on you, because it takes a long time to get those merits and stuff out. And if you do have late credit, if you have paid late, or if you got something in collections, man, it's ways to kind of get that stuff, especially collections, off of your credit. And so you can reach out to like credit specialists and things like that. It's letters they can send out that could get stuff off your credit. If you do have something that's on your credit report, you could go through, if it doesn't seem accurate, dispute that stuff and get it removed off your credit yourself. I think if you go to freeannualcreditreport.com, they do every year.
We need an affiliate.
Yeah, no plug or anything like that.
This is free game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you go on there, every year they do, at least once a year, you get your free credit report and your credit score.
I think I did like I got emails from like something called Sesame. Did I say it right? Free Sesame.
Is it free?
Something like that. I signed up for one of them eventually.
Sesame.
Yeah, there you go. Credit Sesame. I've been seeing emails from that. But besides that, this is a good topic because I don't think this is taught a lot in school.
It's not.
Right. It's not taught about credit or how to take care of yourself, anything in that realm, period. It's just always just get a job, just keep on going. But there's no class on this.
And they don't want you to know, man.
Why
they don't want you to know because
why you think that?
The worse your credit is, the higher interest rate they could charge you on a lot of stuff.
And they can make more money.
And they make more money. Because the better your credit score is, and depending on certain stuff, sometimes the credit score is not the biggest thing, is your credit report. Yeah. They want me to see that you reliable and can make your payments and stuff on time. So they go hand in hand, but that credit report, making your payments and everything on time, is a big thing. So you definitely want to make sure if you are struggling on anything, try to reach out to them, see if they could try to work something out with you so it don't get put on your credit report and affect your credit. So that's a bad habit of just paying stuff like, I'll just pay it whenever I pay it.
Is that only towards credit, or if we talk about utilities in general?
Anything that get reported to the credit bureau. So sometimes utilities, if you own a property, if you don't pay your utility, they put a lien on your property. You know what I'm saying? They put a lien on it.
Doesn't different things weigh differently on your credit report? Like student loans don't weigh as much as say like.
That's what I heard.
Like that.
That's what I heard. I'm not like a credit expert or anything like that, but that's what I heard. Student loans
is different.
Could get deferred and things like that too. But that stuff is on your credit report. Yeah, I know, right? That's
Man,
a whole
man,
nother.
shit.
I think we talked about that a little bit too. We ain't gonna go too deep on it.
Yeah.
What
So-
you got?
So as far as the topic we talking about is being what accountable.
Bad habits.
I mean, that kind of
Or bad fitness habits. You got any bad fitness habits?
Every time, the reason why I said what accountability is, because as soon as I hear like a habit, I always go to accountability.
Yeah.
That's automatically every time I see it, because it's about having yourself on a regimen, having reminders, and being accountable. My realm of fitness, it still goes to any one of our topics, mindset. It goes to finance. Most of it, the bulk of it, almost all of it is you. I mean, you gotta be accountable for yourself. Not everybody's gonna tell you to eat a certain way, and everybody's gonna tell you to have your mind together, because you gotta change your mind. And nobody's gonna tell you to pay bills, because you gotta do it yourself. So most of all the stuff, it realms down to you.
Collectors will though. They'll call you and let you know, like, yo, you
that's
gotta
different.
pay
Yeah, there you go.
that.
Never mind. That's on the one probably. Yeah, they gonna call you.
They gonna get that money.
Yeah, that's that one a little bit different. But as far as mostly all the other one mindset and nutrition, that's on you. You gotta be accountable for yourself, because nobody's gonna put you on a gun and be like, change your mind. You know, if I can put a gun in your head and be like, you need to change your nutrition, you need to change everything. It's not gonna happen. You gotta be the accountable.
Right.
Yeah.
So unless you have some reminders, some tasks, some sticky notes, like my boy Trey do, he writes down almost everything. You don't keep yourself accountable, man, it's not gonna work. Even I have to keep myself accountable. I got reminders on my phone to eat certain times and what I should eat. I log all my foods and everything. So just because I'm in this realm and I'm semi-professional, that don't mean I don't do the same things that I advise my clients to do. I have to, man.
Do you be counting calories and all that stuff too?
No, I'm not a big calorie counter.
Okay.
I mean, I try the only calorie counters I try to tell people is just, it's simple like anybody else. If you want to lose weight, just don't eat as many calories. You want to gain some weight, eat more calories. That's all the guys say. I only tell people track it by bulk. I don't tell you should do this a banana and this and all. Just see everything that you eat and try to stay low to that if you want to lose weight. And then if you want to eat more, then gain more weight. That's all I tell people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, that's not me. I need you to get a scale and you need to weigh it out like you about to distribute the neighborhood. Like, I don't know, man.
I see people, they portion it out and everything.
To me, no, I don't advise that, because it's not logical for you to do that the rest of your life. You're gonna be, it's too much. You're not gonna be able to enjoy your
lifestyle change.
It is a lifestyle, but it's like a
bad habit.
It kind of is. I mean, I don't want to push anybody that does it, but doing that for your whole life, it becomes boring. You ain't gonna want to enjoy the fitness and weight loss journey or weight gain journey after a while. You want it to be a lifestyle. You want it to be something that you can kind of go into and enjoy and make it something that you like. So if you just go into I need this 0.5 of protein, I need this, no, come on, man. Unless you one of the bodybuilder guys and all them, I mean, y'all got to do that. But now,
that's still only for a period of time, too.
Right.
I preach people, and we look good, we feel good, we healthy, we keep on going. I don't go off the body images and all that stuff, man. Not too much. I just don't. You'll never see me saying, you got to have your biceps this big, you got to have, no. We just want you to feel good and look good. So with you counting and doing all that, that's up to you. But I do recommend that you just up your water and stay in a caloric deficit so you can stay a little healthier. That's all I care about, man. That's
Before I speak, I want to ask Trey a question so we can complete the third side of the triangle, talk about mindset. Not to put you on the spot or anything, but when it comes to that mindset, how do habits affect or tie into that mindset?
Well, let's talk about how habits are created. Habits are created through repetition, and people don't even realize that they're having a bad habit, or and then the thing about this, like you said, routine, this regimen, this thing is we're so jaded towards change that even though we know we need to change this, it becomes difficult because it became a routine, it became the norm. So when we talk about bad habits, a book that I'm gonna plug you all into is called Atomic Habits. Link will be in the description. Atomic Habits clearly states how habits are formed, how to break them, and ways that you could do it. Usually when coming to breaking these bad habits, you have to clearly put, when breaking a bad habit, you have to give yourself something else. So break a bad habit, give yourself a good habit. And how do you give yourself a good habit? Make this bad habit, align it with the good habit that you want. You gotta
Replace it.
Yeah, you got to replace it, and it takes skill, it takes time, and it takes awareness most of all. So you can't change something that you're not aware of. So pay attention to what you do on a daily. There are triggers, why you got to do what you're doing, whatever it is, and if it's not serving you, because it could have been a good habit at a moment, like let's say like saving money. That becomes a habit, and it's not a bad habit to have, but it can get, we spoke on it on overdoing discipline. Now you're so habitual towards saving that you don't spend anything. Now you're not enjoying your money. You're supposed to enjoy your money. You know, it can become a bad habit, and anything really can become a bad habit, just what's serving you. So that's the biggest take that I want people to get on that is, like, you control your habits. You create your habits, and you create your habits through repetition. And through that repetition, make sure it's aligned with something that you like and want. So, like, if I want this, create a habit, create a game, create, you know, like something, like reward yourself. When you do something good, reward yourself. How do you, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but how do you train a dog, right? When you tell them sit, they don't really know what you're saying, but they hear, you know, what it sounds like, and then you giving them the notion, like pushing their butt down. And then once you give them that, you give them a reward. So now when they hear a certain sound that sounds like sit with your tone, then that's what they'll do. It's because of the repeated action and then the reward. So reward yourself when you're doing something, and don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to changing a habit. It took time to create it. It's going to take time to change it, okay? So,
do you put a time frame on? I know we hear a lot of people that create habits like 21 days,
21
days, 30 days.
21 days is like it's the psychological, but and it like I played with it. It is like a 21-day thing, because after 3 weeks, the severity of the bad habit dies down. You know, so if you haven't, we spoke on no fap. If you don't do that for 3 weeks, then you're not gonna be paying attention to it. It's like it's not as important. You go a month, it's like, okay, well, I've done all of this without having to do that. So let me just continue focusing on what I'm focusing on. You know, like 21 days is a.
Be real, man. Tell them to stop touching themselves.
Right.
Yeah. See how that sounds.
Hey, remember what G said. If you think about abusing yourself, just look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
Just do it. Just look at yourself in the mirror. You look how stupid you look. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm telling you, that's what stopped me. Trying to tell you. So this is crazy.
Disgusted with yourself.
It's just disgusting. You look like you just look like, ugh. Yeah, I bet you'll stop then. Yeah.
Like, clean yourself off.
What?
let me tap in here.
Yes,
One, I want to give y'all praises and kudos, because I think the three different realms y'all bring to this podcast is like the essence of what men should be working on from the time they stop being adolescents. The things y'all speaking on habits and y'all three different realms, it definitely speaks to me. Quick little anecdote. You know, I dropped out of school in 2012, right? And that's when I first started establishing credit history or whatnot. And I'm gonna give myself some appreciative, some constructive. I only have one on my whole 9 years of having credit. I only have one late payment. One late payment on my. But adversely, doing what you're supposed to be doing don't really give you any gains on your credit like that. A great mover of credit, I've come to find out, credit cards. They could be your best friend, they could be your worst enemy. 2016, I was trying to go rent a car, going somewhere with some girl, whatever.
Yeah.
And I applied for a credit card on Bank of America. You put in like 3 lines of information. Boom, you're approved for $300 credit card. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Secure card.
I'm in there.
I'm in there.
But like I said, I have been told things like keep it under 30% usage and whatnot.
Yep.
And my credit, was at a certain point from the time I left college till I got the credit card, and then I saw it start moving.
Yeah.
no one told me about the credit limit increases. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, got you.
So, like, say I got $300 on a credit card, I got like $250 on it. I'm like, man, I'm not making that much money yet, so I'm like, I'm putting the minimum on it, you know,
Right.
just keeping it even. Also, then it increases to $700, and then you see that credit jump behind that. I'm like, okay, I can spend a little more on it. Spend a little more on it.
You got the game.
Yeah, go from 700 to 1100, 1100 to, you know, I ain't gonna tell y'all what it's at right now.
Yeah.
But I still need to get better with credit cards. Put it like that.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, it's not free money.
At all.
Definitely not free money. You know.
Anchor is a podcast platform that we are on. The FMF podcast is on and available to you right now. We have a goal with that one. We're trying to reach over 50 listeners. So if you're busy and you can't sit here and watch the video episodes, please go to Anchor and just check it out, and you can listen to us on the go.
Y'all might see me enjoying myself probably behind the credit card, not working on like keeping that. Now that my credit limit is like
Up there.
up there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
say up there.
I gotta keep it at that 30%. It's hard. It's hard, and you want to have fun. You know.
Oh, yeah.
But
Knowing it's
It's all-
accessible.
but-
It's just growth, man.
Yeah.
You ain't born to be perfect, man.
I encourage, like, if you don't have any credit cards and you have, you know, your credit isn't all that good, get you a small limit on a credit card and just, you know, maybe spend it only on gas or whatnot, and just keep it in that low usage and see, and it'll help your credit score out. Also, I've learned if you're really good with credit cards, say you have kids or whatnot, you can add them on as users.
Yeah.
So
Help their credit.
yeah, they're already establishing credit and whatnot. I've had, you know, my brothers and stuff ask me, I'm like, I don't know.
He's
man.
trying to
Yeah.
drop the gems, man.
Right.
I didn't know that.
I've offered my brothers, like, yo, I can make y'all additional users on my authorized users on my credit card. You know, they turn it down, so they don't really do credit cards. I don't understand it like that.
Right.
But
They don't even gotta use it though.
yeah,
That's the
that's what I'm saying.
thing.
I'm saying, y'all keep complaining about y'all credit card here and there. I'm like, all right, this is how I do mine. Like, you know, I
That's like an automatic boost to your credit.
Right,
You get it with the right people.
Yeah.
I heard. I don't know if this is true, y'all.
Keyword
but people
is,
be
I
selling that. They be selling like the authorized
Yes, they
users
do. Yes, they
and
do.
everything.
Because then you get just like a cosign, you don't have to sign for.
Exactly. That's what I heard. Like people that got really good credit.
Right. Bro, nah.
Y'all want to use my
Because
card?
they still have access to it.
I can't say when I first cut was similar to like what you did, but I got the my bank advisor when I first started opening up my own bank account. My second bank account, like 19, 20 right there. They gave me what's it called, a security card.
Yeah.
So it made me, that helped. They told me not to do it that way, which is nothing wrong with doing that way. But they talked to me, and my dad knowing me, he was like, you only cherish things that you bought. That's what works with me. So I knew that with that secure card, I put money on it.
Yeah. It's
So-
an investment.
Exactly. So my mind is, I don't want to pay it late because I'm going to have to owe them money, and I don't owe them no money. It's my money. And then if I extra interest on it, I mean, everything brought back to me the way it worked with me with secure cards. So I knew it was mine. I ain't want to give no more extra money away.
Yeah.
So it helped me, and I did that same thing to build my credit. I would pay for like gas with it. And maybe like one meal if I go out on a Friday night. I kept it like small things, so I know I just heard and pay it off.
Exactly.
Gas, I can just pay it off, like something like that. That's how I did this, like to establish mine.
One more thing, if you are going to get a credit card, try to get one that has like a cash rewards bonus or whatnot.
Oh yeah,
I've had one of those since like last August or whatnot, and I haven't been paying attention to the rewards. I don't really understand. Is it like 1%?
Piling up.
Yeah, and I just cashed out on the rewards. That was a nice little
chunk
piece
of
of change
change,
in town
you
for
know
the
what I mean?
holidays
Some,
and
some.
whatnot.
If you have the,
Little pocket
it's
change.
funny we get into like the credit topic. We're
I
gonna try
got
to
one.
keep it brief. But one of the things, if you do happen to have great credit and you can shop around, like he said, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Usually, if you got good credit, you know how to manage everything. So if you have good credit, what you can do is you got the ability to shop around and get certain credit cards that offer better cash rewards. I know a person that got like 20 credit cards, and they got a credit card. So like you got the hotel cards.
Yep.
you get bigger rewards.
You get flight cards.
So every time you every time you purchase like buy a hotel, you get more rewards points.
Yeah.
For buying hotels.
The credit card is under that hotel.
Sometimes they with the hotel. Sometimes they just offer more. They offer more rewards points for you spending money with the hotels.
It's almost like
it's like a rewards card.
I shop at Banana Republic. They always have a credit card for Banana Republic. So that kind of way.
Something similar.
I know hotels did that.
Something like that. Like they got a Marriott card. Like every time I go, Hilton card, all of that stuff. So you get rewards points for shopping at those places.
Okay, I didn't mean to get you off, but yeah.
Oh no, you good because it go right into that. So if you do have the ability to, and you have the discipline to make sure you paying everything off. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, man, you might have like a car you use for like rental cars. Mm-hmm. You got a car you use for hotels. Mm-hmm. You got a car you use strictly for gas and groceries. Mm-hmm. You could shop around and see which cars get you the best offers and get you the most cash back on those. Because there's certain people I know by spending so much money on hotels, they didn't pay for like a hotel stay at like the Ritz-Carlton and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just off of their rewards. Ritz-Carlton, bro.
And so you got like cars like Chase Venture, so it's like open like anything travel goes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So instead of it like being just specified to this one location or this one place, it's an open thing. And you get like flight. You get flight points, you get and stuff like that. So yeah, man, we definitely turned this into a finance episode.
It needs to be, man.
It
needs to be.
Can't talk enough about finance.
And what I want to bridge it back to is when AJ was speaking. When you get that secure card, I went the same way. Yeah, it ties to that accountability. It ties to that accountability. And more self-assuredness because you set the limit, and the limit usually is a minimum of 300.
That's what I did.
Right, me too. Sticking my toe in. You know what I mean?
Just want to see how it felt.
Right. I don't even want to touch it because we need to break the ramifications and the myths that credit is bad. Credit could be your best friend. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of times when I didn't have the finances for something, and it was like, damn, I actually got a card. You know what I mean? Or what do you know? I got approved for a card, that has XYZ amount on it. It was more than what I needed, so it worked, So credit used the correct way is a powerful thing. And if you're thinking about starting a business, you can get business credit, which is even more.
We're gonna have a whole nother episode.
That's what I've been doing my research on that now.
We're gonna have a whole nother episode on that.
Yeah,
and we're gonna see if we can try to get somebody on that like specialize in that too.
I got a few people.
I know. Yeah, I got somebody in mind.
Let's keep bringing you. Let's start bringing more hitters on there. Y'all stop playing with us.
But I want to say something about the secure card.
Yes, sir.
The thing with the secure card, I highly recommend. Just my personal opinion. If you got a secure card, pay the full balance off. Yeah. Every time you use it, pull the full balance. Because if you don't, you paying interest. But you paying interest on money you put up for the card.
Exactly.
So now you like wasting money.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, and it's nothing wrong with secure cards. I think that's a good way to initially start building credit and everything. I just highly recommend you just pay the balance off. Yeah. So you're not paying no interest on your own money. You know what I'm saying?
What's good about a secure card, if you don't already have a credit card or know how credit cards work, usually when you make a payment to a regular or unsecured credit card, it takes about 2 to 3 days to process. With a secure card, once you make the payment, the balance goes back. So, and it still reports the same as a unsecured, but you can use it as like a regular debit card. So if you, say for instance, you get $25 of gas, and then you take that same $25 and put it back to your credit card, then it'll show a balance of 0, like you don't owe it. Right. It'll show you that instead of you having to wait for it, wait for a report, wait for an update, because that's one of the games that credit play with you. It's like you think you have this amount, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, now you just spent a little extra.
Ooh, all right, real quick too, man. Stay away from cash advances.
Ooh.
Stay away.
You talking about the
cash
payday loans?
Yeah. No, cash advances from your credit card. So you can advance. So let's say you got $10,000 limit.
Yeah.
and you never used it, you could take out $1,000 as a cash advance, and it comes to you as cash. But the race is ridiculous, yo. The race on a cash advance is like ridiculous, and I know from firsthand experience because I actually did it because I didn't know about it, and I did it, man. And how the payments and everything is structured and all it's a lot, yo. Yeah. Stay away from at all costs. Like if you got like that should be like your absolute last resort. Yeah. Cause I would rather do a cash advance than a payday loan. I know that.
Yeah, stay away from those too.
Car loan. What's the other one?
Title
loans.
Yeah. You realize those are in or close to impoverished neighborhoods. There's a reason.
I don't care. This ain't financial advice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Financial advice. But I'm just if I was, we friends. We just friends.
Yeah.
Right.
You my homeboy.
Right.
Listen to us, yo.
Pay attention.
It's not that bad. Please don't get it.
Yeah.
That's just all I gotta say. It's just I'm not trying to put nobody out of business. I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. I ain't name no names. Just it's not that bad. Because please think about it. Just really do. Just really, if it's not that bad.
Payday loans, man. You gonna end up paying almost double.
Even more.
Even
just
more.
Don't
do
double. They can put you up to, I think it said up to 300%.
And that's legal. That's legal.
Legally.
You signed it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that bad. Just think about it.
Okay.
And everybody been there before. I mean, but just don't do that.
Don't do it.
Please, bro. That's all I can say about it. It ain't financial advice.
$50 can cost you $500. Don't do it.
And for my investors, stay away from margins.
Margins? Oh man, we ain't no. I'm just keep saying in the video, we ain't no financial advisor. We just telling you some things that we've been through, and maybe there's a younger guy that's thinking about it and watch this video.
All right, yeah. So let's do everybody like last kind of takeaway from my
last one.
So go ahead, Keith. So you said stay away from margin.
Yeah, stay away from margins, man. It's kind of like payday loans for investors. You know what I'm saying? You invest with somebody else's money, but you gotta pay that money back.
And
invest with your own money, put it like that.
And with the margin, it's a call. They get what was it?
Margin call.
What's it called?
Margin call.
A margin call. And when they do a margin call, you got 24 hours, or I think it's by the end of that day. It's either 24 hours or by the end of that day, you gotta get that money back, or they shutting all your stuff down. They shutting all your stuff down. So just remember that.
What you got for them, Trey?
I want to close it out.
Okay. All right. So my takeaway is, I'll go ahead and do my takeaway. My takeaway is that it's just funny how we came back to finance because it's a big thing. But just be responsible with everything that you do. When it comes to credit cards, all this stuff could be used in a beneficial way. You just gotta be responsible with it, because if you're irresponsible, it's tough to dig yourself out the hole. It's possible. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of planning. So if you are in a financial situation, first you can reach out to me. I'm here to help.
Absolutely.
But also, it just takes a lot of planning to dig yourself out, but it's easier to not put yourself in the hole to begin with. So just be responsible with everything.
I like that. Go do what you gotta do, Trey.
That is on you, boss.
Oh
yeah, your takeaway.
It's takeaway. Still gonna be everything on finance, what this man said, because I'm always learning more. I've learned, we already said that in this podcast, if you think you know everything, then you done already lost. So I'm always in the realm of learning. So the thing that really kicks out of me is always going to be finance. Like Keith said, we need the bread, we need the moolah, the bins, whatever y'all want to call it. We need that in our life. And of course, the nutrition part, man, just don't beat yourself up. That's it. I just try to tell people, that's it.
Before you close, I want to say one more thing.
It's serious.
And the other thing, I like that we talked about like the bad habits and stuff. Like, first off, we want y'all to know we not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We not perfect. I know we talk a lot about like our specific areas, but like G said, we learning, we growing, and we not here to pretend like we perfect. We're not here to pretend like we don't go through stuff. We don't got our issues that we working through. But what we do is we come on here, we try to be transparent with y'all and share with y'all in our areas what worked for us, what we learned, and what we go out and try to teach people. So I just wanted to say that real quick.
It's the raw, man.
Yeah.
We give it to you raw.
Pause.
Man.
So,
the pause is not necessary. My takeaway is I want you guys to realize that all of this for consistency, for discipline, all of this goes into the realm of habits. And either you're going to take control and create the habits that you want to create the lifestyle that you want, or you're just going to go on a whim and don't realize the type of habits that you create, whether it's serving you or not. So we're talking about bad habits here, even when it comes to the credit and finances, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your mindset, it's all habitual. Why do people say affirmations and repeat certain things, even if you don't believe it right away? Because repetition, that creates the habit. And with that repetition, you learn and you trust. So you start to believe things that you repeat, and you get the results from the repetition and the constant action. So you can create the habits that you need for the lifestyle that you want.
Awesome.
Okay. So again, I'm plugging this book in, Atomic Habits. It will be in the description. And yeah, man. And you guys, look, holler at us if you need anything in any of these realms. All right. So appreciate y'all. FMF podcast. You got something else?
No, I'm good.
All right. It's the FMF mob. That's our community.
Yeah,